Plus, the truth is, at the end of the day, you know, it's not easy bringing up children anyway. Do you know what I mean? Especially in this world. And obviously, I'm a spiritual minded being now. Do you know what I mean? It's not like I'm living in the flesh where I'm drinking and smoking and doing all the things that I was doing. Do you know what I mean? Before, um, and neglecting my children. At the end of the day, we've all got issues in life, and I've learnt that we've all got issues in life, and once we get to a certain age, we should really be reflecting on what we can do to make things better for ourselves instead of harping on about what our parents did. Honestly, I don't really talk about my dad because the thing is, he was never there in the first place. But I kind of forgive him as well because at least there was no confusion about what role a dad does when it concerns Jesus and Heavenly Father. So obviously, I forgive him as well, and I forgive my siblings as well for the things that they did to me when I was younger. And I'm not without fault. And I accept the fact that they've done wrong, and I accept the fact that I do wrong as well, and that's why it's easy for me to forgive my mom, my dad, my siblings, and even aunties and uncles and grandma and granddad. I forgive everyone, and even cousins. But the fact of the matter is, I've got a life now, and I've got a life to live, and we've all got a life to live, and I just choose Jesus Christ at the end of the day. And it so happens that my mum brought me into the world. She should, without her, I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even be this strong, or even know the capability that I have to be able to change my life. Because something needs to be wrong in order for you to change it to make it right in the first place. So that's the reason why I forgive my mum as well, because there isn't really anything to forgive, really. We've all made mistakes. We've all lied. Do you know what I mean? We've all stolen. We've all done something. In this world, we're not without sin. Okay, we're not without sin at all. But it's just upsetting to know that like my heart's forgiven, my heart still loves and cares, and other people who've hurt me are stuck in that in that space of like, oh, I did this, that wrong. It might not just be about being wrong to me, but to other people, and they can't move on from the situation. So I'm just gonna step up and say, look, you know what? I forgive all of you. Do you know what I mean? Anybody who I've come into contact with in my life, I forgive all of you at the end of the day. God bless you guys. Bye.